So now I'm gonna put a shirt on, just wear white beard to the show.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Wow.
I didn't pick the game, hey.
Wow.
I didn't choose the game chose me. Remember that.
So you all already know you're tuning in to Inside the Ropes. So my man Dominic Robinson Neal, and we got a special guest on the show. I'm Edwin Jones. Dominic, please introduce our special guest today.
I have one of my biggest haters on the show.
Oh,
Now,
no,
actually, I
not
have one of my pro boxers,
Okay.
Logan Holler.
Okay.
We always go back and forth daily.
Uh-huh.
So today she just started off about my shirt.
There you go,
know what I'm saying?
matching
No hate.
wits and
I'm kind of
everything.
small, though. I need to work out a little bit.
All right, Logan. I'm glad you're on the show with us. Now listen, you gotta tell us what made you decide to become a professional fighter.
Well,
Talk to us about
like I
your
said, I'm a personal trainer, so I've always been into fitness. And fresh out of college, one of my mentors kind of suggested to me to do it. He did it growing up, and I just, long story short, found him, came into the gym, just
Okay.
fell in love with it.
So what is training with Dominic like?
It's rough.
It's
every
rough?
day, love-hate relationship every day.
Really?
But you know, in the long run, he gets you prepared, and I trust him. So
There you go.
That's what you need in a trainer.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about your background before fighting.
Well, I was an equestrian athlete, riding horses since I was about 4.
Okay.
Rode all through high school, and then got a scholarship. Rode at University of South Carolina.
Right.
Let me hold up for a second. You remember last couple shows? I always say they think we country down here.
Yeah, we ride horses. I remember
I know.
you saying
Well, I guess we do.
I guess we do ride
Sorry,
horses.
I take that one back.
and pretty well at that.
It's USC's national championship team before I got there. Then we won
Right.
SEC back to back. Got the rings on
I
today.
see, blinging.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
on the show.
Big Gamecock fan. We had a rough weekend. this
Right.
weekend, but, you know,
Yeah,
I love it.
We have to talk about that later, right? So, what was the training like becoming an equestrian rider versus boxing?
Definitely very different physically, but mentally the same.
Okay, really?
Horseback riding is very mental sport, same as boxing.
Sure.
So it kind of helped me. You got to really learn how to control your mentality because
Exactly.
you know your mind gives up before your body does.
Okay.
So you got to teach your mind to keep going when you're tired because you're gonna get tired.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So now listen, tell us about your first bout. What about your first fight? What were you thinking and everything?
It was really exciting. The moment leading up to it, I was pretty nervous, but I usually get nervous before everything. It's
Oh, really?
right waiting for it. But once everything starts, it's pretty good. I don't really remember a lot that happened because
Okay.
my adrenaline was going so much. But you know, the feeling when they raise your hand and you won,
And that's
all
it.
that preparation pays off.
Exactly.
On the way to the ring, guess you could call it zombified. And I wasn't thinking about anything. I was
Sure.
just looking at the ring, ready to go, putting that tough face on. So but it
Trying to
was-
remember you remembering your training,
listening,
everything you worked with.
After every round, listening to what he said,
Listening
trying
to
to
your
listen to him, and stay technical was my biggest goal.
Okay.
Because I've seen the fighter who I fought before, and she'd get kind of crazy, and the main thing I just wanted to stay technical.
Right.
Work the jabs, get in there, and just do what he said.
Okay, so now how did you tap into the aggression of it all? Boxing is a very aggressive, sport, a very violent sport. Where do you go for that aggression?
Well, I say I take after my father.
Okay.
My father, my whole family's full of athletes, but my father, big football player back in the day. He's the
Okay.
kind of, when I would get hurt when I was little, he said, get up, put dirt on it,
And keep it going.
keep it going. And so I think I'm kind of like him, just really competitive. That was another reason I got into boxing. I needed something
You
competitive
needed
in my
something.
life.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so I just take after him.
Makes sense. So now what Dominic, you got to talk to me now. She's your fighter. Tell me what your thoughts were when you first began to work out with her.
Well, when she came to the gym, she said she wanted to box, but I hear that all the time.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
when she
yeah.
said that,
I want to box too.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, okay.
So when she said that, I really just watched her. When she doesn't know I'm looking at her, I'm watching her, but she's working hard and hard. But what really got me out of all, she said, well, she had a Green Bay Packer emblem on the front of her, her truck.
Okay.
So I said, you like the Packers? Yeah, my father played for Green Bay. I was like, who did he play for? She said he played for Vince Lombardi.
What?
So I'm like, well, if my father played for Vince Lombardi,
yes.
that means she got to have a little hardcoreness in her DNA
Yes.
somewhere.
Tough as nails,
Yeah,
huh?
she hard as woodpecker lips.
Wow.
A lot of times I pick on her a lot.
Okay.
And I do that to mess with all my fighters. I do that to all of them. I mess with them mentally. I try to break them down, then build them back up. Right
Okay.
before the fight. Like if a situation she didn't notice, but before she had her fight, maybe a week or 2 out, I had a spar with this female that was real good.
Okay.
And I told the female, put it on her.
Sure.
So I had to see what her mindset was. It was a bad day of sparring for her, but then after that, we just gradually built her back up to right at the fight, it peaked correctly.
Okay.
And she was in tip-top form. That made her trust me
Okay.
as far as what I'm doing ain't working. So let me listen to this man, and then everything worked out good. But as far the thing I like about her is her work ethic.
Yeah.
He has a real hard work ethic.
Because you got to work hard. I mean, boxing is not for the faint of heart. You can't come in
No.
here playing around. You can't take it lightly. This is serious. You can get seriously injured or hurt. You know,
Right,
bad.
and another thing I like about it, I don't have to tell her. Like, let's say I'm just maybe a minute or two late. She's
Okay.
already running. I don't have. She's not sitting in the car waiting on me to get out to come in. She's already doing what she got to do. She'll come in the gym, and we'll get to work. And I know she was nervous before her last bout, but everybody's nervous.
Sure, of course.
Even the coach is nervous. So when she walked to the ring, and one point in the fight, she said, "I got a little tired." I said, "No, you didn't get tired. It was just your adrenaline flowing. So you were in real good shape." And she
Okay.
dropped the girl. You dropped her what, twice?
I think 3 times.
3 times.
Wow.
She's putting them paws
Putting them
on
to
her.
sleep. Oh.
She knocked her out. She stopped her.
Yeah.
And, it was good.
That's
That was good.
serious.
Good win.
Exactly.
And when she first thought I was going to put her in amateurs,
Okay.
but we waited around a year or two. We tried to get fights for it. Nobody in her weight class. Or nobody, you know what I'm saying? So it was always something. So one day I told her, I said, we're gonna go professional.
There you go.
And she was like, you sure? You sure? I'm sure.
Yeah. so you knew her at that point. You knew her as a fighter. You knew what she could do. You know, you pushed her to the brink and everything, and you knew what she had. She had the goods and everything.
The thing I liked about her, I knew she wasn't gonna quit.
Exactly.
So I know if the heat gets on her, she ain't gonna quit.
That DNA
She's not
kicks
gonna
in.
quit. Yeah, that's gonna quit.
DNA
So
kicks in.
that's a good thing I like about her.
So Logan, that's how you feel about it. You just there's never give up attitude. You good to go. So who's your favorite fighter?
I definitely have to say Ronda Rousey's probably my favorite fighter. Not just because of her skill. Obviously she's champion, but just because of her mentality. You can't break her. And like I said,
Right.
that's the biggest thing in the sport is mentality. You're gonna get tired. You might even be losing, but if you just keep going, keep pushing.
And one of my favorite fighters was Layla Ali because of that same thing, the grit, the true desire to say, hey, I'm going to be the best. Regardless of what you think about it, you're not going to stop me. I'm going to win, and I'm going all the way to the top. And that's why I love her mentality as well. So, I can definitely attest to that from my generation, So Dominic, tell me now, what else do you have lined up for Logan?
Well, me and my partner, my promoter, Andrew Stokes, we trying to line her up for something. Maybe not in October, but November. It's in the works, but I didn't want to tell her that, you know what I'm saying? But
so the viewers gonna have to stay tuned so they can know.
You got to stay tuned where she's fighting.
Exactly.
We're gonna get her a fight, and she's gonna be technically and tactically proficient. She's gonna be ready to bang.
Exactly.
I think the one incident I can remember with her sharply, she got in there with one of my pro fighters, Angel. Angel's pretty rough. I think it's the first time you ever sparred, and I saw Angel give it to her.
Really?
And I saw her
Remember
take
that,
that.
yeah.
I saw her take that, and like, how did I do? And she was like, how did I do? And I was like, you did all right. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't looking. See, a lot of time, offensive fighters are pleasing to the eye. Just like some fighters are pleasing to the eye, just like women.
Okay.
They're pleasing to the eye, right? But how you judge a fighter and how you judge a woman is how they help you when you're in adverse times.
I agree.
And you deal with them in adversity. So I looked at her. Let me see how you. I don't care about you getting in here. If you got here and run through everybody, I don't want to see that. I want to see how you look on the other end of it when you your chest is burning.
Yes.
You got to dig down. You got to bite down. You got to dig
yes.
deep. I had to see what she was
made
made
of.
of. And I told Angel, don't slack up off her. Keep it on.
Grind to her. Yes.
Rhonda, this is what she want to do. We want to make sure this is what she want to do.
Exactly.
And I found out a lot about her that day. I was like, all right, we might have something.
We might have something.
We might have something.
We might have something.
She wasn't just pleasing to the eye. She could take it too. She could deal in adverse situations. So that's what I liked about her most. So
okay, and I can understand that. I mean, you definitely got to know who you have on your hands inside and out because fighting, like I said before, it's aggressive, it's violent, and you don't want to deal with somebody that's timid. You don't want to deal with somebody that's not totally committed to the sport. So I can understand that.
Also, her ability to learn.
Okay, she's coachable.
Coachable pick up on what I'm teaching her.
Okay.
You know, and she wasn't ruined. Like when she got here, she hadn't been taught by nobody else, so she wasn't ruined. I had to fix 1,000 things.
Yeah,
so everything she learned was proper. And in her fight, what I noticed the most, which I was most impressed, was her footwork.
Okay.
Her footwork was excellent.
Yes.
Even when she slid in and she slid out and she turned, her feet were perfect. And that's what I don't care about all the punching. Long as she could, her basics were good. That's
Yes.
what I watched it. Hands came out, came back to her face.
Okay.
I'd say double jab, she double jab and come with the right
Yeah,
hand.
yeah.
She did everything I told her. I was like playing a video game.
Yeah.
Double jab right
And
hand.
she did.
When she came in between rounds, Logan, I want you to double jab, throw the right hand.
Exactly.
Bing, bing, bing,
Boom.
slide out with her feet.
There you go.
Perfect. She did good.
That's a coach's dream, man.
Yeah, so
to have an athlete that'll do what you're telling them to do, you know, and will remember the training that you gave them and everything. You definitely want that, man. You gotta have it.
Right. So today we're gonna do something special.
All right.
You know, I'm gonna let her wrap up. We're gonna
Okay.
put some gloves on.
Oh,
let
what?
her do some mitt work. Show
All
you
right.
a little bit of something. So a
Let me
little
see
something
this.
that she can do.
Yeah,
You
let me
understand
see
what I'm
this.
saying?
All right.
All right.
Sounds good. All right, we're back and we're here with Logan and my man Dominic Robinson Neal, and they're gonna do some working on the mitts and everything. So Dominic, go ahead and tell them what we're about to see.
Today what we're gonna do some mitt work. Let me explain what mitt work is. Mitt work is the closest thing besides sparring that you can actually do in a real fight. All right. So the mitt work is good for accuracy, conditioning, and let's just say, for example, we're fighting my man right here, right? Let's just say, for example, so I can act like when I'm holding the mitts, I can act like him. I can do his tendencies or do his moves, and she can get used to throwing the punches. So the fighter can get used to throwing the punches, or we can set up a good game plan just by using the mitts. So after about 2 or 3 weeks, she almost is accustomed to exactly what the other fighter is going to do.
Okay.
So that's what the mitts are used for. The mitts are used for a bunch of different things. All right.
All right.
Now, when I do mitts at Main Event or wherever I'm at, I do mitts realistically. I don't stand in one spot and 100 times, because that's not like a fight is gonna happen. No, a fight, nobody's gonna stand there and just let you hit them 100 sometimes. And you will never see a fighter stand in the middle of the ring and throw 100 and some punches and slip right there. No, I make it realistic by moving just like another boxer would. And that's why it looks like this. Let's go,
All right.
let's work. Move around. Right hand.
All right.
Under, over. Double up. She might slip. Slip back. Cool. Under. Double up. Double up right hand.
Good work.
Double up right hand. Nice.
All right.
Double up. These mitts make it a stay sound, so
Yeah.
I know we ain't throwing the punches correct.
Exactly.
I know we ain't throwing them correct.
Exactly.
Double up. Double up. Right hand.
Good work right there.
Over. Slip.
All right.
Double up. I'm watching her feet.
Yep.
I'm watching everything. Make sure her hands come back to her face.
Exactly.
I'm making her defend herself.
Right.
Taking down here. Ha. Double up.
Good work.
Double up. One, two,
Popping
hook.
those mitts.
1, 2 hook right hand. Nice. Slide. 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 Jab.
Good footwork.
Jab.
Good footwork.
Stab him. Right hand. Right hand. Roll out of there. Roll out of there.
All right.
Left uppercut. Hook. Again. Double up. Right hand. Slip. Right. We do a little cardio 6
Yeah.
times. 6.
All right.
6. Double up. Right hand. Right hand. Shoot it. Shoot it. You turn the hip. Watch her turn the hip. Turn the hip. Slip it. Jab. Jab. Stab it. That's a jab. Quick jab. 1. Woo!
Yeah.
1. Woo! That's a hard jab. That's
Yeah.
a jab. Right hand. Right hand. Now, that's why mitt work is so important.
It is.
Because it's almost simulate an actual
An
fight.
actual fight, yeah.
And you hear how she's breathing?
Yeah, she's putting in work, baby.
She gotta put in work.
She's putting in work.
And when I'm out here doing mitts with a fighter, I can gauge their strength, their weaknesses. I'm actually out here with them. I'm not gonna get out here and spar with them.
Exactly. You know,
So
you don't want to do that.
I got here and do mitts with them. I have a good feeling, a good understanding, make sure they're moving correctly.
Yeah, every footwork is everything, and that they've been actually paying attention to everything that you've been working on.
No, that they actually been running.
They've been running. Yeah, running is extremely important.
Running and doing, doing that road work.
Exactly.
Because this takes a lot out of you.
Yes.
So you do like preparing for a fight. We do this like 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay.
Sometimes every day. 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah.
It's a guy or a fighter.
Yeah.
Female.
Get you
in
ready.
outstanding shape.
Logan, exactly. All right, so that's what it is. You've seen it, man. You've seen Logan in action. You've seen my man Dominic Robinson Neal training her. And this has been another edition of Inside the Ropes. Do we have a boxing fact of the week for him?
Let me see. Boxing fact of the week.
There you go.
Last time we did the ring.
Okay, yep.
So this time, back in the 1800s,
Talk about
when
that.
they put, correction, not the 1800s, in the Roman times, they would put 2 gladiators out there in a boxing type scene.
Okay.
And they have everybody out there. They would wrap their hands with leather.
Really?
I can't remember the exact name of the leather, but you can Google it.
Okay.
And they would put them in there, and they would actually go toe to toe till somebody died.
Wow, to the death. To the death.
And that's what they did to please the kings and the whatever you,
the royals,
the royalty,
and
royalty
okay.
people, of that time.
Yeah.
So that's another form of boxing back then when it was called a gladiator sport.
Right.
That's why it's called a gladiator sport, because they started with 2 gladiators back in the day and they fight to the death.
Fighting to the death. Wow.
Fighting to the death.
That's your boxing fact of the week. This has been another edition of Inside the Ropes.
This is another edition of Inside the Ropes, and
Know what it is.
I want to give a shout out to my good fighter right here, Logan Holler.
She is. Keep your eyes out.
We're gonna get in a little better shape. Anyway, but thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the support on all our shows. Also, go to my page. Make
Facebook
sure you
page.
like it. Facebook page.
Inside the
called
Ropes.
Inside the Ropes. Like it.
Yep.
See some of the boxing. Learn a little bit.
Exactly.
And if you have any questions, leave
Please
a
put 'em
question.
on there.
Leave it, and I'll give you an answer. All right?
Exactly.
If you want to see me, come see me. Phone number is 803-463-7435. And I want to get a shout out to my man Zev Folks again one
There
more
it is,
time.
Zev Folks.
For shooting this film.
That's what it is.
Real professional.
Yes, sir.
Check him out. What's the name of his
Doye.
Doye Films. That's
Doye
right.
Films.
And he had a
Doye.com.
what's the church film?
You know, come on, you know which one it is.
Safe House.
That's
baby.
it.
It's
A
Safe
Christian
House.
story.
That's right. So make sure you
Hot
check it
movie,
out.
man. Hot
All right.
movie.
Make sure you check it out too.
Exactly.
Check it out.
All right. All right. Thank you.
All right.